Most horror channels on YouTube don't get as many views as they used to. The reason is simple. This niche has become extremely competitive, and many creators keep recycling the same old formulas. You know the type. Repetitive stories paired with a few random, lifeless images that fail to grab attention. But today we have something different, inspired by the channel MJV Animations. This channel creates horror stories based on real events and creative inspirations, all brought to life through animation, and it has already surpassed 120 million views. Some of their videos have even reached millions of views, and most of them easily get hundreds of thousands. According to Social Blade, the channel earns over $10,000 a month, which is a real achievement in such a competitive niche. So what's their secret? One word: distinction. While most creators are still using outdated, repetitive styles, this channel has carved out a unique approach by combining animation with horror storytelling. Now the question is, how can we build a channel like this using AI? In this video, you'll learn step by step how to create animations in the same style using free AI tools. This tutorial walks you through every stage, sharing all the tips and tricks you need to produce professional quality animations without spending a penny. To help you grow faster, I've included a Google Doc in the description that contains all the prompts you'll need to create your own animations, along with a growth strategy you can use as inspiration. Before we get started, let's watch a short demo together, and I'll show you the full version at the end of the video. So let's dive in.
We were nine experienced ski hikers from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, led by Igor Dyatlov, a man whose name would later become a synonym for mystery. Our mission was to reach Otorten, a mountain whose name in the local Mansi language translates to "don't go there." We should have listened. The first days were tough but exhilarating. The cold was a brutal living thing, but we were prepared. Our spirits were high. Then, on February 1st, 1959,
Finding the topic. So, as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of factors that determine success in this competitive niche, and one of the most important ones is your video topic. Most horror story channels keep recycling the same repetitive, overused plots, but if you want to grow fast and stand out, you need to go after creative, original ideas. There are plenty of ways to find them. For example, you can do a quick search to discover new stories and concepts, or even ask your audience to share scary experiences they've personally had or heard about. That way, you'll always have a huge source of fresh ideas to work with. But I've made things even easier for you. Just go to the Google Doc I've linked in the description. Copy the command from the title prompt section, then open Google and search for DeepSeek. Click the first reliable link to access the site. If the page opens in Chinese, simply click English at the top to switch the language, then hit Start Now to enter DeepSeek's main workspace. Now paste the command you copied from the file into the input box and hit Enter. DeepSeek will instantly start generating ideas for you, and within seconds, you'll get a long list of creative options, ranging from real-life stories to inspired or even completely fictional ones. With this method, you'll have access to thousands of unique, untouched ideas, the kind that most creators overlook, and exactly what can make your channel stand out from the rest. Now that we've gathered plenty of great ideas, it's time to move on to the next step.
Writing the script. Another major factor in succeeding in this niche is the script itself. A good horror story script should make the viewer actually feel the fear and suspense. It has to pull them into the story and make them emotionally connect with it. That emotional connection keeps people watching longer, which sends a strong positive signal to the algorithm. But how do we write a script like that? My first suggestion is to study successful horror channels and analyze how they structure their stories, what pacing they use, how they build tension, and how they end each part. However, I've already made this process much easier for you. I've done the research and analyzed how top-performing channels build their scripts, and I've turned all of that into a ready-to-use prompt for you. So open the Google Doc again, copy the command from the script prompt section, and paste it into DeepSeek. At the start of the prompt, you'll notice 3 input fields: location or theme, main title, and number of stories. If you already have ideas, you can fill those in yourself. For example, abandoned houses or the woods. But for this example, I'll pick idea number 15 from the list we generated earlier. So I'll write about the woods in the location section, paste the title of that idea in the main title field, and set the number of stories to 3, though you can choose any number you want. Then I hit enter, and DeepSeek instantly starts generating 3 different stories. For the real ones, it even provides references and sources so you can verify the authenticity. Typically, it gives you one story inspired by real events, one that's completely true, and one that's fictional, giving you a perfect mix of variety, just like the top horror channels use. Now that your script is ready, it's time to move on to the next stage.
Creating the voice. Voice is one of the key elements of success in this niche. My recommendation is that if you have a strong, engaging voice that fits the tone of horror storytelling, definitely record the script yourself. It adds authenticity and emotion. But if you don't want to or simply prefer using technology, AI can easily handle this part for you. Just go to Google and search for TTS OpenAI. Click on the first trusted link that appears. Log in using your Gmail account, and once you're in, the platform gives you credits to generate up to 2,000 characters of voice for free. Now go back to DeepSeek and copy your completed script. To keep the process quick, I'm going to copy just a section of my script and paste it into the text box on the OpenAI TTS page. From here, you can listen to various AI voices and pick the one that best matches your horror theme. Personally, I really like the voice called Ash, so I selected it and clicked Create Speech. After a few moments, the system generates the voice for you, and you can easily download it.
Creating the images. Now we're getting to the fun part. Creating the images, which is where your channel truly stands out from the rest. Go to the Google Doc file and copy the command from the image prompt section, then paste it into DeepSeek. One important thing to remember is that you can customize and modify the prompts to create your own unique artistic style. Once you've pasted the prompt, hit enter, and DeepSeek will start generating detailed image prompts for all your stories. Next, open Google and search for Whisk. Click on the main official link, then select Enter Tool. First, set your image dimensions to YouTube's standard ratio, 16:9. After that, go back to DeepSeek, copy the prompt related to your specific story, and paste it into Whisk. Then click Generate. After just a few moments, your images will be created, and trust me, they look amazing. Now, why did I choose Whisk? Because if your project includes a recurring character, Whisk allows you to create and maintain a consistent character design across all your images, something many other tools can't easily do. Let's try another prompt, and as you can see, it creates some incredibly high-quality, visually striking results. Using this method, you can generate all the images needed for your stories and scenes, and finally, download them when you're done.
Creating the video. Alright, now we've reached the most important stage, creating the actual video. One key thing to note is that most of the top AI tools for video creation, like Kling AI, are paid platforms. They offer incredibly high-quality outputs that look stunning and professional, so if you have the budget, I definitely recommend using those. However, if you're looking for free alternatives, I've already introduced several in previous tutorials. You can check them out in the video I mentioned earlier and start using them right away. Now, to create your video, simply go back to the Google Doc, copy the command from the video prompt section, and paste it into DeepSeek. Then hit enter, and DeepSeek will instantly start generating prompts for turning your images into videos. Next, take the images you created earlier with Whisk. We're going to animate them. Go to Google and search for Meta AI. Click on a trusted link, and once you're inside the tool, go to the Create section. Set the model to video, then upload your image. After that, copy your video prompt, paste it into the input box, and click Animate. In less than 30 seconds, your video will be generated. And honestly, the results are impressive, especially for an AI-based process. If the output isn't quite what you were hoping for, don't worry, just hit Generate again until you get the look you want. Now, let's try another test. This time, I'll upload an image without entering any prompt and simply click Animate. As you can see, even without detailed instructions, the result looks amazing, especially considering it's a free tool. Using this same method, you can easily create complete videos for all your story scripts. Now we've reached the final and most exciting step, editing. Before starting the actual edit, open the Google Doc file. At the end of the document, you'll find the thumbnail creation prompt that I've already prepared. Simply copy that prompt and paste it into DeepSeek. DeepSeek will then start generating a detailed professional thumbnail prompt for you. Next, copy that result and paste it into Whisk. Click Generate, and in a few moments, you'll have a beautiful story-related thumbnail ready to use. All that's left is to add your preferred title or text on top of the image, and your thumbnail is done. Now let's move on to editing the actual video. I personally use the desktop version of CapCut for this step. Open CapCut and click Create Project. Then go to the Import section and bring in all the video clips you created earlier along with the AI-generated audio file. Start by dragging the audio file to your timeline. Since AI voices sometimes have long pauses or silences, listen carefully and cut out those silent parts.
parts, but make sure not to damage the natural rhythm or flow of the narration. Once the audio track is cleaned up, select the entire audio clip, right-click, and choose Create Compound Clip. This merges everything into one seamless audio file. Next, import all your generated video clips into the timeline. Arrange them in sync with your narration. The visuals should match exactly what's being said in the voiceover. If you notice some mismatch in this tutorial, that's okay. The goal here is just to learn the editing workflow. Always try to be creative with your edits. Once all the clips are synchronized, it's time to enhance the mood with effects. The first one I use is black noise, which gives the animation an old, eerie texture. Stretch it across the entire sequence. The next effect is wobbly black, which slightly darkens the video edges and makes the visuals feel more cinematic. I reduce its opacity a bit so it doesn't get too dark. Then comes transitions. I prefer using black fade as it gives smooth cinematic movement between scenes. Apply it between all your video cuts for a consistent look. Now it's time for subtitles. Just click on text, then select auto caption and click generate. Depending on your video length, this might take a little while. Once it's done, review the captions for spelling or timing errors and customize them using different templates. I personally choose a clean style and change the color to yellow, which stands out nicely against dark visual. Lastly, background music. Go to Pixabay, search for Scary, and you'll find tons of eerie, atmospheric tracks perfect for your horror stories. Pick one that enhances the tension, download it, and import it into your CapCut project. Place it on the timeline, trim the extra parts, and lower the volume so it doesn't overpower your narrator's voice. And that's it! Your animation is now fully ready. You can export it in the highest quality available and share it directly on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next uploads. I'll see you soon in another exciting video.
We were nine experienced ski hikers from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, led by Igor Dyatlov, a man whose name would later become a synonym for mystery. Our mission was to reach Otorten, a mountain whose name in the local Mansi language translates to "don't go there." We should have listened. The first days were tough but exhilarating. The cold was a brutal living thing, but we were prepared. Our spirits were high. Then, on February 1st, 1959, as we traversed the slope of Kolatsiakl, the mountain of the dead, a blizzard forced us to make camp. We pitched our tent right there on the mountainside. It was a decision born of necessity, but it was our final, fatal mistake. That night, something happened. Something so terrifying that it made us slash our way out of our own tent from the inside. We didn't even bother to put on our boots. We fled into the subarctic tempest, wearing little more than our underclothes. The temperature was 25 degrees Celsius, with a vicious wind that made it feel far, far colder. Why would we do that? What could be so horrifying that the certain agonizing death of hypothermia was the preferable option?